Hello everyone, welcome to Education Lecture. In this video, I'll be teaching you the 10th chapter, that is Financial Market. So if you're new to my channel, then subscribe my channel to get further new updates. So as I told in my previous video, I'll be teaching you and telling you all the important concepts and the corresponding marks of each concept. And I'll be telling you the meaning of unknown words also. So let's get started. Before getting started, I would like to say that is from this chapter, that is from your financial market chapter, you will be getting totally 11 marks according to your blueprint. So you will be getting an 8 marker, 4 marker, 2 marker or 1 mark questions. And I would like to say that is in this chapter you don't have a practical oriented question. And please don't get confused with financial market and financial management. So both have a difference. Okay. So let's get started. First, you have 1 mark questions, that is expansion. Okay, so there are many, like around 7 to 8. So in other few chapters, in between the chapters, you might have seen around 2 or 1 expansions given. So please don't get confused. If you are getting confused, please make note somewhere so that you will remind yourself, and when you are going to your exam hall, you can just glance at it. So let's get started. Expand IPO. IPO full form is Initial Public Offer. Initial Public Offer. Expand BSE. Bombay Stock Exchange. Okay, Bombay Stock Exchange. Few of the expansions are explained in the few concepts. Few are not, but still remember all the expansions properly so that you won't be missing any 1 mark over there, because 1 mark is also very important in your exams. So Bombay Stock Exchange, it is a benchmark, that is the standard form is Sensex. So that is the standard form and it is the benchmark. Okay. So next is expand NSEI. National Stock Exchange of India. National Stock Exchange of India. The standard form of NSEI is Nifty. 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 Okay. Please don't get confused. Expand SEBI. So don't get confused with NSEI, SEBI. SEBI is Securities Exchange Board of India. Securities Exchange Board of India. The reason I am repeating 2 times so that you will not get confused with the other expansions. Expand OTCEI. OTCEI. Over the Counter Exchange of India. Over the Counter Exchange of India. Next is expand CDSL. Central Depository Services Limited. Central Depository Services Limited. Now we have like expand NSDL. So CDSL, NSDL. Please don't get confused. Okay. National Securities Depository Limited. So here this was a Central Depository Services Limited. This was National Securities Depository Limited, and it is the first and the largest depository in India. So they may ask you in MCQs which is the first and the largest depository in India. That is your National Securities Depository Limited. If you write in your answer, if they give as a fill up and you write NSDL, you may get marks. Few of your evaluating teachers will not be satisfied with that and they will cut your marks. And I would again repeat you and remind you, that is in your exams and your board exams, you don't have like if you make mistake in a 1 marker, directly they will just cut out a 1 mark. If you are making any mistake in between like this, some of the evaluation teachers will think that okay, the student has tried all their best, they will give marks. Some of the teachers strictly they give that no, I can't give. They won't give you half mark. There is no half mark. Directly they will give you 0. So please take care of that. Don't make that mistake. And as I told, 1 mark is also precious in an exam. Expand NASDAQ. National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotations. National Association of Securities Dealers Automated Quotations. So next we have, what is money market? So the question is only giving the answer, money market. A money market is an market for short-term funds whose period of maturity is less than 1 year. So here I would like to say, and this chapter is a little, it is a small chapter and I would finish in this video, so there is no part 1, part 2. Okay, so what is money market is, is a market for short-term funds whose period of maturity is less than 1 year. So if you are going to build an house of your own, at that time you take loan from the banks, right? So from when you're taking like that from a money market is like your bank solely, whichever gives you money, those are and all money market. So when you take funds like that, and for that the maturity period is less than 1 year, that is you have to pay that money within 1 year. Okay, you can pay after 1 year gets complete. So that is called money market when you take funds from a money market. Next is name the first and the largest depository presently operational in India. NSDL, National Securities Depository Limited. So this is the first and the largest depository presently operational in India. Next we have what is the benchmark index of BSE. BSE is Bombay Stock Exchange. So as you can see, many one markers are there. Yeah, in this chapter you have many one marker and two markers. So please don't get confused with those. Understand it properly, you will just remember it if you understand it thoroughly. Okay. So the benchmark for BSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange, is Sensex. So you might have heard many of this word in many of the business talks or the channels which show you about the business related ones, informations. In that you might have heard a Sensex. So Bombay Stock Exchange, that is sensitive index. Okay. Next is what is the benchmark index for NSEI. NSEI, that is Nifty. Okay, so this is the benchmark index for NSEI is Nifty. Benchmark index for Bombay Stock Exchange is Sensex. And the first and the largest depository is National Securities Depository Limited. Okay. Next is what do you mean by depository? So what is depository? A depository keeps securities in electronic form on behalf of the investor. An investor is a person or organization that puts money into financial schemes properly, etc., with the expectation of achieving a profit. So now see, many of the people's like, we give money, we make our deposits in an electronic form. So now you can see in banks we go and deposit and they deposit our money. That is keep safe our money in banks in an electronic form. That is we have our ATMs and all, right, like that. So those are electronic forms instead of. So before and all what they were doing, they were giving to a investor. An investor is a person, right? If you give money to an investor, he goes and puts in some financial schemes. Okay, so when he puts like that, he will get some commission. Okay, if we are giving 10,000 to him to go and put put in some financial scheme which gives us benefit, at that time when we put 10,000, he will be getting, the investor will be getting a commission around 2 to 3,000. So that is a profit, right, for the investor, and we people, we are losing our money. So now everything is technologies have changed, so it is in an electronic form. So we only go directly and deposit our money in banks. So what is stock exchange? Very important question. That is a 2-mark question. According to Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956, Securities Contract Regulation Act 1956, stock exchange means any body of individuals, whether incorporated or not, constituted for the purpose of, whether incorporated or not, okay, I left this word or not, constituted for the purpose of assisting. Assisting means help. That is someone, typically by doing a share of work or by providing money or information. Regulating or controlling the business of buying and selling or dealing in securities. So what is stock exchange? In the word only we are getting to know, that is we are exchanging of stock, that is your goods, assets. Okay, so stock exchange means anybody, whether it may be an individual or an incorporated, that it may be a corporate company, that is your MNCs, or a business organization, or it may not be a business also, constituted for the purpose. Why the purpose for that is to help someone. Okay, to help someone, like providing money. Stock exchange means they may be giving you money instead of what you are giving in return. Okay, or any information. Okay, regulating or controlling the business of buying and selling. So this stock exchange, sometimes they may be in charge of buying and selling of goods in a business, or dealing with securities, that is your bank, those informations also. So sometimes they may be in contact with the business to help them in buying any goods, selling any goods, or dealing with the securities, that is dealing with their finances of related to the banks, like that. Okay, so next is give the meaning of dematerialization. Dematerialization, the purpose of holding securities in an electronic form is called dematerialization. Securities held by the investor in the physical form are cancelled and the investor is given an electronic entry. So the purpose why we are doing this dematerialization is, the purpose of dematerialization, what is the main thing is, whatever we invest our money, right, they deposit those in an electronic form, as we saw in the depository definition. Like that only this dematerialization also. So dematerialization, like electronic form, this is a key word. Like you are depositing your money in your banks, okay, and you are withdrawing in ATMs, like that. Okay, or you have now, we on your mobile phones only, we can just electronic transfer of money is done, like that. So before and all, the securities were held by the investor in a physical form. So as I told, right, an investor is a person who goes and deposits your money in any of the banks or financial institutions of his choice, so that he will get a commission. So he had our money in a physical form, that is he had readily in his hand only the money, so that he can do anything with that, right? We don't have guarantee with that person. If the person run away with our money, what we can do? So what the persons, after knowing the electronic form, they just cancel the deposits made by an investor, and they started making into an electronic entry, that is going and depositing in banks. So I hope you have understood that. Next is classification of financial markets. Okay, so under financial, there is both money market, capital market. Under money market, you have money market instruments. Okay, instruments means the things which are used in a money market. Okay, so those are treasury bill, commercial paper, call money, certificate of deposit, commercial, okay, paper, bill. Okay, so treasury bill, commercial paper, commercial bill, call money, certificate of deposit. You can read like this, so that it will be in a flow and you will remember it easily. Under capital market, you have primary market and secondary market. Under primary market, you have debt, equity. Under secondary market also, you have debt, equity. So what is the difference between money and capital is, money is a primarily a means of exchanging one good to another. So money, right, sometimes we pay money for an asset and we buy that asset, like giving one good to another. Sometimes, right, we may exchange good to good. So if you are exchanging with your TV showcase with an cupboard, so you're exchanging their goods. Okay, those are assets. So capital is not like that. Capital is measured in monetary terms, that is your money terms. Okay, money terms, since money buys physical assets. So with the help of money only, right, we can buy all our assets, furnitures, everything. So capital is the thing which is related to money. With the help of money only, we are able to buy the physical assets. So money is something, sometimes we don't use money. So if you have purchased a TV showcase for 5,000 and a cupboard is also 5,000, so when you exchange the both, there is no you don't have a loss or a profit. So you can exchange and you are gaining a cupboard and the other person is gaining a TV showcase. That's it. Don't get over confused. If you have any doubts still what is money and capital, you can just go to Google. The same only comes. Okay. So give the meaning of primary market. So just now we saw So sometimes they may ask you primary capital market because it comes under capital market only, right? So they may ask you sometimes primary capital market or only primary market. So don't get confused at that time. So this they may ask you for 2 mark or 1 mark also. Primary market, also known as new issue market. It mobilizes the funds from the investor by directly issuing the new securities. So primary market, as you know, right, some of the goods you may be noticing that is first hand, second handed goods, third hand goods. So it comes like that. But primary is the first and foremost good or a capital. As I told, capital is the money over here. So it is a new issue market. Okay, newly ones. So if I say first hand good, if you are going to buy a cupboard, and is a first hand, that is you are the first person, that is you are the person who is buying this new product that is not used by the other persons. You are the first person, you are going to use it. Okay, it is same with the capital market also. It is a new issue in the market. Okay, new one. Okay, it mobilizes the funds from the investor by directly issuing the new securities. So when the money is given to the investor or not given, anyhow, at that time we get to know new securities from the investor only. Sometimes the investor may come and say you that sir or madam, like this a new scheme has come, so that when you invest your money you will be getting extra benefits from it. So new securities, new schemes, everything you get to know, that is your primary market, that is a newly you are getting to know. So this is a key word. Okay, so for a primary market. Next you have give the meaning of secondary market. So don't get confused, the word only says secondary market, secondary capital market. That is, for example, a product is already used by a person, and if you are about to buy a TV showcase, and TV showcase is already used by someone, now he has sold it and you are going to buy it. So first person has already used, so second person who is going to use, you people, because you are gonna buy it. So that is called secondary market, second hand products. Okay, it is also known as a stock market or stock exchange. So as I told, the stock, okay, the goods which are in stock, which is already used by someone, it is in stock, they sell it to you, or there is a stock exchange, that is money related ones, anything it may be. Okay, it is a market for the purchase and sale of second hand or existing securities. So as I told, second hand goods which is already used by some person and it is sold, now we are going to use it. So you are using the second hand products or the old products. Some of the goods may not be used, or someone have been used and brought at the same day only and they would have sold. So it may be existing from months, years, days. So existing, that is stock. In stock it is already there. So that is called secondary capital market. So the difference between primary market and secondary market is, primary market is also known as new issue market. New issue is the first person you are going to use those products. That is called primary market. Next, secondary market also known as stock market or stock exchange. So the stock whichever is remaining, that is only sold to you. Okay, next you have primary market is for issuing the new securities. So that is, primary market is there for issuing new products. Newly something has occurred. If some new fridge, new design, new technology has occurred, that you are going to buy it newly. So that is called primary market and a first hand product. Secondary market, it is a market for existing or old securities. So as I told, your secondary market, it may be a second hand use products or the technology or the model of a fridge. For example, as I told, the fridge model may be very old and that is still existing because no one has purchased this. So that time you will be getting it in a less price because it is an old model and it is not running now. Okay, next we have only buying of securities takes place. So in a primary market, so when you go to a, best example I would like to give is when you go to a showroom showroom to buy a brand new product. Okay, you are the first person who is going to buy it. So there only buying takes place. You can't go and sell there. Okay, in a showroom and all, you can't go and sell that, sir or madam, I want to sell this and in return I want another product. That thing and all they won't do that. So that is called primary market. Secondary market is both buying and selling of securities takes place. So, and I would like to say, yeah, this answer will be asked for 2 marker or sometimes 4 or 1 marker, because there are around 5 points. Yeah, why the secondary market, both buying and selling takes place is, many of the people will come and sell their products. So for example, you have few apps in which you can sell your products and in return you will be getting money, and with that money you can buy another new product. Or some of the shops also take the exchange offer and all they put, right? At that time you go and exchange your old products and buy a new ones. So that is called secondary market. Next, you have a point like there is no fixed geographical location. Okay. There is no fixed geographical location means for a primary market, you might have seen many of the big showrooms. There won't be many showrooms located in an area. There may be 1 or 2, or if the area is good at business marketing or there are a lot of population over there, at that time showrooms may be existing. Or sometimes there is no showrooms existed, or the original, if you want to buy a original brand from the showroom only, it will be very far. So there is no fixed geographical location. In secondary market, you are located at specified places. So secondary market, because many of the people buy the second hand goods because they are getting at a less price. So these shops are located many than the primary market shops. So next, prices are determined and decided by the management of the company. So for example, if you want to buy a TV, okay, with brand new technology and design, everything, look, everything, and that time they won't sell you with the least price. They will sell you with the money which is told by their department. If for example, any company you may take, any TV company you may take, that company, when they produce that new model, everything, they will have in a mind that, see, we are using so much of technology, devices, materials, everything. According to that, they put, for example, a TV is for 50,000 according to the inches. Okay, 50,000. So that is the right demand, because it is a new product and you are the first person who is going to buy it. So according to the management, what money they have told, that only they will say. But in a secondary market, prices are determined by demand and supply for the security. For sometimes the television, right, if the model is not running or there is a new model coming up and this model's demand is decreased. So when the demand is decreased or the supply is increased, according to that they change their money, okay, the price they are going to sell it. For example, there is a little old model, new, it may be the new version which has already occurred, but it is a 6 months old. Okay, 6 months old. Already the new version has occurred and it is 6 months over the new product has occurred, but the demand for that won't be more and many of them will not be buying. So the prices will be decreased. At least at that time the people come and buy that. Okay, so according to the demand only they will change price in a secondary market. So next is differences between money market and capital market. So what is the difference between money and capital market? So as I told, for every difference you have to write the basis if they have given you, and still you have to write those bases, and this is a very important concept and it may be asked you for 8 markers. So basis, money market, capital market. So time period. For time period of money market is short term period, capital market is a long term period. So now see, many of the products, like for example, take your phones only, right? Because of the new model, design and technologies which are increasing, some of the people, right, they will buy that phone. Okay, if they buy that phone what to say, a few months, 6 months ago, and they are not satisfied it, immediately in a short term period, that is 6 months ago they have purchased, right, in the 7th or 8th month they will come and sell it. We are not satisfied this product, please take this back. So the time period for a money market is short, but in a capital market, there is a long time period. Okay, so when you purchase any product with your money, here you may be getting confusion. That is, money market and capital market both are same. See, money market is you are exchanging for good to good over here. That is, if you are purchasing a mobile phone, that is you have in an exchange offer, you have exchanged your old mobile and purchase a new mobile, and you are not satisfied, again you are giving a short term period or exchanging. Okay, that is called money market. But in capital market, you spend your money, actual money. If you are going to purchase a mobile phone and you spend around 90,000 or 1.5 lakhs, so at that time you won't be in a mind to just exchange that, because you have put around 1 lakh over there, you have spent it that much. The people who are rich, they may just exchange it. Those who are not, they will just keep for a long period of time. Majority of the people just don't sell like that only. Okay, please don't feel bad if I have hurted someone by telling the example. Just it is an example. Next is funds. It arranges small amount of funds. So in a money market, it arranges only little amount. The amount which we needed will not be satisfied by the money market. But in capital market, it arranges large amount of fund. In this capital market, we can arrange a huge amount. So in the risk of money market is low risk. Why? Because there is only small amount of money, and with that we won't have that much risk. Okay, but in a capital market, you can arrange for a large amount, and the risk of that is also very huge, because we are aiming of larger amount. Next, we have return. Rate of return is low. Why the rate of return is low is because it is a short time period one. Okay, it is a short time period, and you have a low risk, and you can arrange only small amount. So only the rate of return, that is when you invest your money, some return you will get, that is the interest or something. So according to your money only they will give, right? But here we can arrange only small fund, and we have to pay within 1 month. So okay, the time limit is only that much, only it is short period. Please don't get confused. Okay, so the rate of return is also low. But in this capital market, it is a long term. Okay, so here only we just saw it is a long term, and the money also we can arrange more. So the rate of return is high, because when we are investing something huge amount, according to that only we get interest. Next is instruments. That is as we saw right before in a flow chart, like treasury bill, certificate of deposit, commercial paper, commercial bill. Next, you have shares, bonds and debentures. Shares, bonds and debentures. Next is participants. So under money market, those are people, participants are involved are RBI, that is Reserve Bank of India, commercial bank, financial institutions. You have, that's it. Next you have under capital market, individual investor, foreign investor, financial institutions, companies, banks, because we can arrange a large amount of money, so only so many institution, banks and all involved. Liquidity. Instruments are highly liquid, that is they can be easily converted into cash. Sometimes some of the people may come and invest like any product which is highly valuable. Okay, like highly valuable TV or anything, any appliances, anything, they may come and invest because they don't have money in their hand. After when they want that back, they can be easily given. Okay, highly liquid, they can be easily converted into cash and given. But in this, instruments are less liquid. They are not that much as when we required money immediately, this capital market will not be able to give us like that. Maturity period is less than 1 year for a money market, because we have to pay the money in 1 year. Next is for capital market, we have to pay money more than 1 year. Okay, so we have a long time duration over here. Next is explain briefly the functions. Okay, functions of financial market. Functions, you have around 4 points, and this may be asked for a 4 mark also. mobilization of savings and channelizing them into the most productive use. Financial market facilitates the transfer of savings from savers to investors. So what they do is financial market, what they do is the money which is invested by a person from a saver, that is we persons, we save money, right? So we are called savers. From our to they just transfer our money to the investor. So when they transfer our money to the investors, these investors will get a small amount of commission. Okay, so that is only channelizing them into the most productive use. Productive use is the use in which they are getting a higher amount of money. So as I told, right, investors, when they give commission, they get a lot of money over there according to the money you are going to invest. Providing liquidity to financial assets. Financial market facilitates easy purchase and sale of financial assets so that financial assets can be easily converted into cash. So when you are going to purchase any asset or sell any asset, at that time, right, you may get easily your money. Okay, easily you will be able to get money from this, so that financial assets can be easily converted into cash. So as I told, when you are investing any asset in the bank, when you are not having any money in your hand, at that time when you invest asset, and after a few times when you have sold and your loan is and all over, at that time when you ask the asset return, at that time you can get easily. Or if you want in a asset into a cash form, sometimes, right, easily if I have to say is, sometimes what they do, now we have many apps like selling your asset and getting cash, right? Like that only. So immediately you will be converted into cash in these financial markets. Reducing the cost of transaction. Financial market provide valuable information about securities traded in the market. It helps to save time, effort and money of the investors. So many of the financial institution, banks and all, you might have heard, sir or madam, we will be giving you so and so securities, so and so benefits, everything they will say, so that in that only you will get to know, okay, we have like this in so and so bank, like this and all is there in each bank. There are many differences. Like that you can see. According to that you can invest. Facilitating price discovery. In the financial market, the households are suppliers of funds and business firms represent the demand. The interaction between them helps to establish price for financial assets. So households are suppliers of funds and business firms represents their demand. So according to their demand only, the business firms will be getting money in their organization. So the interaction with the people only will get to know that time how much price for a financial asset is. Okay, when we interact with a person and we get to know how much he has or how much is the demand going to increase, according to that they make the financial asset benefits, prices, everything they'll get. Next is explain the methods of floating new issues in the primary market. So what are the new issues? Because it is a primary market, and as I told, new issues is a keyword over there. So newly, what are the methods which are there in primary market? So you have, and this is a very important answer, 4 marks they will ask you. Offer through prospectus. Prospectus is an invitation which you give to your people, that is inviting the people to invest in your organization. Offer for sale, private placement, rights issue, EIPOS, electronic initial public offer. I'm very sorry guy, that is this answer, that is this 5 points you might have seen in the practical oriented. I'm very sorry, this is a practical oriented question you have from this chapter, practical oriented. I'm very sorry, I didn't tell you that at the beginning. I'm very sorry for it. Practical oriented, the reason I forgot is the last 13th chapter was there in previous year. The 13th chapter was there, but this year you don't have that. That chapter has just shifted to your first PUC students. So with that intention, I thought it is not there, but you have, okay, because your 13th chapter is cancelled. from there you are not getting any practical oriented. So from this chapter, from your financial market chapter, they have taken a practical oriented. So the explanation for this is offer to prospectus, that is invitation. It is the most popular method of raising funds by the public companies in the primary market. So as I told, invitation, we are inviting public for investing, inviting them to invest in our company. Okay, like you might have seen many of the advertisements, pamphlets which are distributed to the public telling that come and invest in our companies, we will give you so and so profit, benefits, everything. So that is the best and most popular way in which we can raise our funds. That is, the company can raise funds from the public. This involves inviting subscription from the public through the new issue of prospectus. So from this issuing of the invitations, we get lot of new investors, new people who come and invest money in our organization. Next is offer for sale. Under this method, securities are not issued directly to the public but are offered for sale through intermediaries, that is middlemen, like issuing houses or stock brokers. So many of the places you might have seen many brokers over there. So some companies, what they do is they don't give you directly, that is please come and invest in our company, we will give you so and so securities, like that and all. They won't say directly to the public, but like they will say to some of the stock brokers. You might have seen many brokers, right? Like for houses and all, you brokers, like that only. For these also brokers, they will say to the middleman, that is your brokers, like that. They say that we have like this security, just spread the message. Okay, like that. Offer for sale, like something we have in sale, we will get an offer, like that. Next is private placement. It is the allotment, that is the distribution of securities by the company to the institutional investors and some selected individuals. So sometimes what they do is this private placement, as you can see the word only private, that is only these respective persons only. Sometimes they distribute those securities to some companies which they believe. Okay, some of the institutions, companies, investors which they believe, and some selected individual. So sometimes some of the individuals who are highly recommended in the organization or in the whole, they will just say them, sir or madam, we are having like this offer in our organization, will you just invest, like that. Okay, they are offering like that. Next is rights issue. This is a privilege given to the existing shareholders to subscribe to a new issue of shares according to the terms and conditions of the company. So already in a company, there will already be an existing shareholder. Okay, here they will already be there. Only to those shareholders who are already existing, to them only they say that newly what are the securities, shares, terms and conditions. Okay. So I will just like to revise and tell you in short, that is offer to prospectus means in whole. We are offering to whole public. Here offer for sale is we are telling to middlemen or some brokers to go and spread the message that we have a sale or like this to come and invest. Here we are giving directly to the public. Here they are not giving. There it is an indirect. Okay, here private placement, they are giving only to the those people who they believe, to the institutions or some of the individuals. Here rights issue is they give only to the existing people who is already there in their organization. This electronic initial public offer is, it includes online system of the stock exchange. So everything is an online. So they do in the online only, they exchange all their stocks. Next is state the objectives of Securities and Exchange Board of India. So you have 5 points over here. They may ask you for a 2 marker. Okay, sometimes. To regulate stock exchanges and securities industry to promote their orderly functioning. So sometimes the stock exchanges are done to the securities industry to promote. So they give securities to industries so that they develop they promote, they say that, sir or madam, we have like this upcoming securities, will you place an order or do pre-booking, we will do like this, some functions like that and all, will do like that. Okay, next is to protect the rights and interest of investors. So the persons who have rights and interests of investors, that is according to the interest of the investor, the persons, according to them only they do everything. Next is to educate the investors about investment activities and guide them. So some of the investors may not be knowing what they actually have to do, or what are the rules, regulations, everything. They will just educate them, that is inform that like this and all, we have securities activities, investment activities, and just guide them, tell them you have to do in so and so process. Next is to prevent trading malpractices and achieve a balance between self-regulation by the securities industries and its statutory regulations. So what they do is, some of the business organization, they will think that we should not do any malpractices, that is a bad practice, that is an unofficial practice. We have to do everything officially according to the rules and regulations which is given by the government. According to that only they follow, so that there is no problem and that balance with both the government, industry and all their functionings. Next is to regulate and develop code of conduct and fair practices by intermediaries like brokers. So they will also take care of that. That is, they say correctly what are the practices, what are the services, instructions, everything properly to the brokers, that is the intermediaries are the middlemen, properly, so that there is no problem. Okay. Next, we have explained the functions of stock exchange. So what are the functions of stock exchange? This is a very, very, very important question answer, and they may ask you for 8 marker. And as I told, for an 8 marker, you have to write an introduction and conclusion for it. You have to write for this introduction the stock exchange definition or the meaning of it. Providing liquidity and marketability to existing security. The basic functions of a stock market is the creation of the continuous market where securities are bought and sold. So what the basic function? Normally what the happen in the stock exchange is, there is a continuous market condition in where their securities are bought and sold. So this is a common thing which is always continuing in the stock market. Next is safety of transactions. The membership of the stock exchange is well regulated and its dealings are well defined according to the existing legal framework. So the membership of stock market is well regulated and its dealings are well defined. So what they do is, the persons who have invested or given their partnership with this stock exchange, they give the safety to them. They tell what are their dealings, what are the rules, regulations, and what is their existing legal framework, legally what they are doing, really existingly, currently what are the rules followed by them, that and all they see, so that they have a safety in the organization. Next is pricing of securities. That is, your securities is a keyword over here, that is your shares, bonds, debentures. So share prices on a stock exchange are determined by the forces of demand and supply. So the share prices, right, what they do is, according to the demand, if any facility or transaction which is having a lot of demand, what they do is they just rise a little bit of their share prices. So each share may be like around any money. For example, you think a share is for 1,000 rupees and there is a B, C share, for example. Suddenly there, demand for B increases and the supply also increases. At that time, what they do, the share price was 1,000, right? They just increase to 1,500. Because of the demand. Okay. Next is capital mobility. The trading of various securities enables an investor to move his funds from one sector to another or from one industry to another. So sometimes what they do is, they will have various securities and they will have various branch in different places. So at that time when they give that money to the investor, what they do is move his funds. So when a person is saying to the investor to just change his money from this sector to the another one, that time the investor will do, or he's going to another industry, or he want to change it, that time also they will do it. Next is contributes to economic growth. A stock exchange is a market in which existing securities are traded. This leads to capital formation and economic growth. So at that time, right, existingly what currently is happening, according to that the securities are exchanged or buyed, sold, everything is done. So it leads to capital formation and economic growth. So it helps in their economic growth, and there won't be any lagging behind of any of the things. Next we have spreading equity cult. So here equity cult is a key word, and equity cult means the behavior of investor in the market. So what is the behavior of the investor, the person's behavior? So the stock exchange plays a major role in ensuring wider share ownership by regulating new issues, better trading practices, educating the public about investment. So here what they do is, the person or the whoever is, when they are investing newly in the organization, they see that they are well educated, that is they know well what are the rules actually followed in so and so organization, what are newly discovered or newly done in their organization. According to that they inform the public then and there only. Next is price stability. There are many operators who buy from a stock exchange where securities are cheaper and sell in other stock exchanges where the prices are higher. This process is known as arbitrage. Arbitrage is buying of shares at low price and selling of shares at high price. So some of the places, what they do is just they cheat the people. That is what they do is these investors, they buy stock exchange from other companies in a very low rate. That is in bulk they will purchase of in a lower rate. But when they are selling to the public individually, that time they say it is a very high cost, they say. Okay. Next is providing scope for specialization. So specialization meaning is some of the activities done by the middleman or broker to earn or make profit. So some of the activities like this stock exchange provides sufficient scope within the provision of law of speculate activity. It is generally accepted that certain degree of healthy specialization. So some of the activities which is done by a middleman or broker, why they do is that middleman, they will earn some profit, that is the commission, or they earn money. So this and all, the stock market exchange provides sufficient scope within the provision of law. It is generally accepted that certain degree of healthy space. So here what they say is specialization. They say you directly that some of the organization, what they will do is they will say you directly see if you are investing like this through an investor, he will surely take a commission from you, and he will take so and so profit. So that why they tell is they will not have any problem. There is a healthy specialization, and they follow according to the law also. So it is a lawfully. Next is note. So note, why is they will ask you as MCQ. Solely I am telling you. National Stock Exchange of India Incorporated, that is registered in 1992. It was recognized as a stock exchange in April 1993. So it was actually recognized as a stock exchange in 1993. Before it was incorporated, that is it was only registered. Okay, it was just registered in 1992. Then after that everyone recognized in 1993 April. Then it started its operation in 1994. Okay, they will ask you as an MCQ. So I am saying the investor has to open a demat. Demat means dematerialization. So this is a keyword. Account with an organization called depository. This is also keyword. Depository keeps securities in electronic form. This is very important keyword. On behalf of investor. So on behalf of investor, that is giving investor a commission, it is better to put in an depository in an electronic form. Next is it has been made compulsory to settle all trades within in 2 days of the trade date, that is trading plus 2 days. So you have a separate question with the investor and the trader what you have to do, but actually for the time limit which is given to them is 2 days, that is a trading day is there plus 2 days. Okay, explain any 4 money market instruments. So the money market instruments, this is a very important question answer, and it is an 8 marker one. 8 marker. Why this is a 8 marker answer is sometimes, as I told in my previous video, because you have to write any 4 over here, they will ask you an another question, what to say, combined with it. That is, they may ask you explain any 4 money market and any 4 capital market instruments. Okay, any 4 points you have to write like that. So at that time you have to write the introduction part for this money market introduction, then write the points. Next is capital market introduction, write the points. So the points are treasury bill, call money, commercial paper, certificate of deposit, commercial bill. So treasury bill, it is a short term instrument. It is a money market instrument. So as you know, money market is a short term one, and it is a money market, and treasury bill comes under money market, so it is a money market instrument. And treasury bills issued by the Reserve Bank of India. So these points and all, you may notice that just now we saw in the differences between, right? Under that the points had come same, only we have written here as a point wise. So it is issued by the Reserve Bank of India, RBI, on the behalf of central government. On the behalf of central government, this RBI issues us the treasury bill. Then there are also known as zero coupon bonds. So these are known as zero coupon bonds. So just remember it. Sometimes they may ask you as a MCQ question or a fill up. Okay. So that time you should be able to write this. They are issued at a price lower than their face value. So what they do is treasury bill, because it is zero coupon bond, they issue the price. So face value is the face value. Accountancy students may be knowing what is a face value. That is the the correct value for it. For example, you think that is a chocolate maybe 10 rupees, that is your face value, but they give you around 5 rupees, that is the price lower than their face value. The difference between the face value and the issue price constitutes discount. So when they give you a less price like that, what they tell it, that is a discount they tell off. Next is call money. Call money is a short-term finance. Because these are all coming under money market, it will be of course a short-term finance. Repayable on demand with a maturity period 1 day to 15 days. So this call money, it has a short time period, and according to the demand, the maturity date, it will be changing. So when you have to pay money is in this 1 day or within the 15 days. So till 15 days you will be having a time to just repay the money. Okay, 15 days to used for interbank transactions. So interbank, that is sometimes you may be having 2 bank accounts and you want to just shift your money, that is just transfer your money from this bank to that bank. So that is called interbank transaction. I know you may be feeling bored because this video is too long. I am very sorry for that. This concept and the next, that is your last concept, this answer. I am very sorry for it. Next is the interest rate paid on call money loan is known as call rate. So when they are the interest paid, the interest whichever you are paying for call money loan, okay, the loan whichever you are paying the interest for it, that is called call rate. Okay. Commercial paper. It is a short-term money market instrument. Commercial paper issued by large and credit-worthy companies to raise short-term funds. So this commercial paper is given to the big companies, that is your big organizations, so that they will have a credit-worthy, because they will be always gaining a lot of money, right? So only these commercial paper is issued to those persons, and for them to raise short-term funds. So for them to raise the short-term funds, they just give this commercial paper, and its maturity period is 15 days to 1 year. for a large company. For a large company, it is from 15 days to 1 year. It is a short-term unsecured promissory note and transferable by endorsement. Endorsement means signing on the back side of the instrument check. Okay, so what I have seen many of the people at the back side, they just sign or put to parallel lines. So those and all will be done so that the other person will not be able to do. But some of the, because it is a short term, it is unsecured, because any may take their money, and it is an unsecured promissory note. So it is not promised that there will be an assurance, 100% security to your commercial paper. Next is the actual purpose of commercial paper was to provide short term funds for seasonal and working capital needs. So why they give actually this commercial paper to the big companies is sometimes a few seasonal months will be there. That is, at the companies, sometimes their profit may just go high. At that time, this commercial paper will also increase its money. Next is certificate of deposit. It is a short-term money market instrument. Okay, negotiable instrument issued by commercial banks will issue this certificate of deposit. The maturity period of certificate of deposit between 3 months to 1 year. So the time limit is 3 months to 1 year. So you can see that the time is getting varies. The time limits which are given here, 15 days to 1 year. The before point was from 1 day to 15 days. This is 3 months to 1 year. Here commercial bill. There are short-term negotiable money market instruments. Okay, they have low risk. Commercial bill has low risk, and when a trade bill is accepted by a commercial bank, it is known as commercial bill. So a trade bill, that is a trading and all takes place in organization, business and all, right? When they accept this commercial bank one, that is called a commercial bill. Explain the functions of Securities and Exchange Board of India. This is your last concept. I'm sorry for just expanding the video. So Securities and Exchange Board of India regulatory functions, development functions, protective functions. So under that you have regulatory functions, registration of brokers and sub-brokers and other players in the market. So this registration is done by broker. Under broker there is a sub-broker and other players also just register. Okay, next we have registration of investment schemes and mutual funds. So the registration is done for the investment. We invest money or any mutual funds. Okay, regulation of takeover by the company. So the regulation is taken over by these companies. Regulation of stock brokers, portfolio exchanges, underwriters. Okay, so these and all stock brokers, these and all they do. Calling for information by undertaking inspections, conducting inquiries and audits of stock exchange. So what they do is they call up you and ask you they inspect you, ask you any inquiries, any problems, anything a stock exchange, any problems occurring to you. Okay, next is development functions. Conducting research and publishing information useful to the market participants. So they develop, there's something development will be there in the technology, like literally this also will be having some development. At that time they publish you, they tell the public that there is a development, they use information which is useful for the market, they tell them. Next is undertaking measures to develop the capital market. So they take up some measures so that they develop their capital market. Training of intermediaries of the securities market. So they train the intermediaries, that is middlemen, so that they have a securitated market. Next is last point, protective functions, undertaking steps for investor protection. So investor protection, they take a few steps. Then promotion of fair practices and code of conduct in securities market. So what are the fair practices, what are the securities, everything they tell, and they just upgrade that is giving promotion for that. Prohibition of unfair trade practices. They want encourage the unfair trade practices, that is your illegal practices. Controlling insider trading. Insider trading means disclosing the secrecy of the company to the outsiders. It is unfair. So the outsider and all who they don't believe, they won't just keep in relation with them. They believe only those who are good and fair with them. Okay. So that's it. If you have understood or didn't understand anything, or you have any problem with my teaching, you can just comment in the comment box, which will encourage me to do my further more videos. So like, share, comment and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.